Oloram, Baldrate Varter Narvore. Welcome to the podcast. And let's go ahead and get started. Right now, we don't have any of our crafters in the chat, but hopefully they should be joining us shortly. Personally, I don't.
I'm here.
I know, but you said that you did stickers and stuff, not actually crafting just yet.
What?
The
Dude, how do you think I cut my hand open?
See, that's what I thought, but then you sent me that message when I was asking for
No, I said I'm not a professional.
oh no, it was Mando'a Arms. That's who it was, I think. Yeah, my bad, Kando. My bad, dude. So the topic today is, like I said, is blades and crafting and knowing what blades to carry and for what purposes. So, Kando, if you want to go ahead and start it off, go right ahead, dude.
I'm not sure what blades to carry. Personally, it depends on the size and what you're using it for.
Well, that's what we're here for today, is to learn that stuff.
Okay. Well,
So, let's go ahead and start with personal defense. How about that?
see, from my personal experience, the personal defense and what I would call an EDC, an everyday carry, about 8 inches long. Um, Personally, I use it all the time at work, as well as carrying around everywhere I go.
Now, is this just like a standard pocket knife, folding pocket knife, like out the front kind of thing, or fixed blade?
It's a full thing.
Okay, so an 8-inch blade, not just an 8-inch.
No, it's about 8 inches overall.
Okay.
It's low profile, so you can sit down with it. You can easy to grab. It can sit on your hip, just attached to your belt. It's one of those that it's easy. It's comfortable. Half the time you forget it's there. It's easy concealed because you can just put your shirt over it and it's not noticeable. Plus, depending on the type of sheath you have, is how quickly you can pull it out or how well it's locked in. At that point, you're switching from either Kydex or leather sheaths, depending on your preference, I guess. I need direction on this because
It's all good. Originally, it was gonna be Odin Elite coming in and helping us, but due to a illness the child has gotten, he's not gonna be able to join us today.
yeah.
Which is alright. I mean, OSIC happens, so we just adapt and evolve and overcome. Aru, you got anything you want to add for blades for today?
I just got in. What is the topic?
I think I just said it. Blades.
Oh, blades.
Yeah, any kind of blade. Personal defense, hunting. We're kind of starting out with the personal defense kind. Like, what do you carry for every day?
I got a push dagger.
Was that one of the out the front ones?
No. The push dagger is like it's got a kind of sheath for it. So I got a. It's you hold it like kind of like brass knuckles that sits in your hand, right? So it's got a little mine has a little like plastic handle, and it's supposed to go in between your fingers, and that's the blade, so you're pushing it. There's not much there's not much skill required for it. You're just supposed to pull it out and push it into somebody.
Mm.
It's like a knuckle duster.
Yeah. So that's what I carry. It's for close quarters. I've been watching a lot of like Warrior Poet Society on the clinch pick knives and the push daggers. So I got one of those. I think it's well worth the buy. I do have a couple boot knives, and I'm trying to think what else I use. I think I think the push dagger is my main one, especially when I'm carrying my handgun with me.
Yeah, personally,
Because if I do get too close to somebody and I do have to, I'll probably end up using my push dagger before I have to get to so I can get to my gun.
I'm not saying it's the best one to carry, but I've usually got one of those T-cut safety blades on me.
Gotcha.
Depending on how new that is, you can do some damage with it.
Mhm.
The amount of times that we've actually had somebody cut themselves with it, it kind of defeats the purpose of it being a safety blade. Like, I got myself one day cutting through some plastic wrap, shrink wrap, and I got the webbing between my thumb and my trigger finger on my right hand. And then we had somebody get where did she cut? I think she cut herself on the palm with a brand new one, and she actually had to go get stitches.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, good job on that one. I saw your pictures.
I'm feeling up good.
Yeah, I saw that too. So let's see. What kind of, I mean, are there particular brands or so like, hey, just go out and get a pocket knife?
I got a Cold Steel. Cold Steel actually makes some fairly good stuff.
Cold Steel's good. Gerber's good.
I do know Gerber's
Cold
good.
Steel, Kershaw.
And actually, for those of us who go through metal detectors, there are carbon fiber blades as well.
But you can just also get the plastic knives. Like those things actually do damage too. That's for not permissible environments. So
Such as workplaces where they don't want you to
handle.
have one.
You what?
Such as a workplace.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you go to Shower Tech, they have a plastic knife.
It's good for a couple of times. I don't know how much more. Other than that, you might have to get a new one.
Yeah, you'll definitely need to. I mean, you can resharpen it, but you're gonna need something to resharpen it with because it's gonna be stripping away plastic. So,
see, me right now until I get my personal life finished, I'm currently using a karambit. Kind of useless, honestly. Because technically the way you're supposed to use karambit, it's a slicing knife. It's meant to cut wrists and whatnot, defend yourself that way. But it's great for cutting up shrink wrap.
And even a metal blade will still dull pretty quickly cutting that. I found that out the hard way.
Yeah, 1095 is real good, or D2. D2, the edge lasts a little bit longer because it's technically tools.
Kendo, you're going a little robotic and breaking up, guy.
Sorry, I switched to a headset.
Gotcha. Yeah, I kind of figured.
But, yeah, 1095 is a bitch to sharpen.
And what does 1095 mean for those of us who may not know what the numbers are? Hello? No, there you are.
Yeah, it's one of those. I could have told you if you didn't ask. Oh god, I know has to do with the amount of carbon.
Alright, let's see. The internet is our friend. You said 1095?
Yeah.
$10.95 knife blanks. Let's see.
It's 95% carbon.
Okay, yeah.
It basically, it's the carbon to steel ratio. I honestly totally forgot about that.
So just looking under people also ask, is 1095 better than D2? And it says, so in essence 1095 takes a better edge, but I'm guessing D2 is like Damascus or something. Has an element of wear resistance that might give it an edge.
D2 is like tool steel. It's like your crescent wrenches and whatnot.
Ah, okay.
It
I was wrong. It happens.
It lasts. It's tougher. It retains an edge better, but it's also, if you're sharpening yourself, it's harder to sharpen yourself. It takes twice the amount of work.
Okay.
Trust me, that's what happened in my hand.
Ah. You were trying to sharpen and you fucked up?
Pretty much. For me, it was one of those things. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't respecting the blade, and ended up fucking myself over. Which, always respect the blade.
Definitely. I think that's one of the number one safety rules. Don't be playing with it.
When you stop is when that blade hurts you. And trust me, I learned the hard way. Now, if you're trying to sharpen your blade yourself, personally, my preference, some diamond files, like diamond whetstones, those are really great. They don't wear out like normal whetstones. Plus, you can reset the bevel on it perfectly, and basically start from the ground up while sharpening it.
Nice. So it's something. Sorry.
From what I've done, it gets it razor sharp. Well, my brother's running out of hair on the body to shave.
A little bit more personal information than we probably needed.
It's one of those things. It gets it ready for sure.
Nice. I know one thing I'll tend to do. Oops. Well, good thing that didn't drop on my foot. That would have hurt. Perfect example. Luckily, the knife was closed. Something I will tend to do when I go to sharpen mine is where I see that bevel of the edge, I will take a permanent marker and just kind of drag it along right there, marking it. And when I see the markers gone, I know I should be sharp. that something anyone else does, or is that just me?
That's one way to do it. Me, I do the paper test when I was to see if I can shave off hair. But there's a lot of ways to test it.
Alright, so let's go into the hunting aspect of knives.
Depends on what you're hunting.
Not people.
Well, if you're hunting boar, something long and pointy, you probably want a 16 to an 18-inch blade and extremely pointy.
Piercing is the name of the game then.
Yes.
Now, obviously, I think we should take into consideration that the pew pew factor should be the primary goal of hunting. But this is just in case that it's like, hey, okay, oops, I ran out of ammo because I'm a horrible shot. Let's knife the thing to death.
No, it's more of I shot the thing, it's on its last leg, it's charging me.
It's
That's
like,
really
hey,
what it comes down to.
yeah, if a spine is striking you, I would not want to face it with a blade. I want to face it with a real long spear.
Which is also the option. I mean, what's a spear but in a really, really extra long knife?
Yeah, but I think you gotta carry that spear and your firearm.
It's a knife on a stick.
That's why people were saying carry a long pointy knife. Because long pointy knife you can carry on your person. Spear you have to figure out how to carry that as well as firearm. When that thing is charging you, you gotta drop your firearm to grab that long stick. It may get to you in not enough time where that long pointy knife you just pull it out of the sheath quickly and put it in front of you.
Get good with your shots.
I haven't been hog hunting.
Neither have I.
The other guy I work with is going to be going hog hunting. And he's had some tips from people telling him, and I'm just relaying that information basically.
Hey, it's information. It's good to have.
I prefer belt-fed machine guns to boar hunting.
I mean, he's not wrong. I don't think you can take the 249 out to deer hunt, though.
Yeah, that seems a little excessive.
It all depends on the deer you're hunting, I guess.
I guess at that point, it depends if the deer's shooting back.
At this point, yes.
On the event of hog hunting, I heard that most folks are not even bothering to shoot at individual hogs anymore. They're like penning the whole I don't know what you call a group of hogs, penning the whole group and then slaughtering them.
Fish in a barrel kind of thing. Damn. Takes the sport out of it.
Well, I think at that point they're more concerned with eliminating the hog rather than having any sport in it. But in my personal opinion, if you're in a position where you get a wild hog, that would be sport to have some.
I mean, whatever it is. So what else can we do with blades? Ideas, people?
It's a tool. You can do a lot of things with blades, depending on the blade itself.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Julia. So let's get into some of those uses then. What can we do with different types of blades?
Well, on the pinch, they make a good screwdriver.
You're not wrong there.
That's a hammer.
Yeah, depending on what one you have. Little pocket knife in my hand ain't gonna be good for hammering shit.
If you have
Literally.
one that has a pommel, yes, actually.
Oh no, just the one I have in my hand right now is not gonna be good for shit.
Oh, yeah. See, personally, I do not like folding knives. I prefer full tang. Straight.
I mean, I guess if I'm gonna go in and punch somebody, it'll keep the fist in a lot rougher punch. Not the only thing it's gonna be good for, except for stabbing. Do what?
That is the advantage of a folding blade. It does make a good punching implement.
I mean, just need some. It's about half of a knuckle duster, so your knuckles are gonna get fucked up, but you're gonna follow through with a really, really good fist.
Yeah. Knives have a lot of uses. Also depends on the knife you're using. A foreign knife, obvious reasons. Kitchen knives make good self-defense weapon in a pinch.
I mean, honestly, any knife, regardless if it's a steak knife or a meat cleaver.
For, defense.
I just need a saber, that's all.
We just need lightsabers. That's all we need.
Alright.
Come on, Hacksmith. I need you to finish this.
Take off their own arm.
Remember, children, don't grab the lightsaber by the blade.
You don't have a fucking hand now.
No shit.
Have any of you guys seen that light that acts like a lightsaber?
I probably have, but am I remembering right now? Nope. I know the Hacksmith on YouTube is he's getting really, really close.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that stuff, yeah.
Like he's got a functioning proto saber.
Yeah.
It's all about getting it compact and in the hilt itself now.
Most of hobby games, in my opinion, is
I see a lot to do that in Canada. Don't they have like laws against being able to defend yourself with anything?
I have no idea.
I think that's the UK, my friend.
I think that's Europe.
I'm sure Trudeau just went up and said, "No, you can't do that because reasons."
Well, UK, you're not allowed to have firearms. You're not allowed to have good knives.
I mean, it's the same in Canada now too. They just passed bans on all guns.
Oh jeez. America.
Right?
Fuck yeah.
Well, he quoted, the Second Amendment is not something you have a right to in Canada.
I mean, that is true because they're not America.
But also, it's inherent in every person, so it's kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
You do, but it's just not in your constitution. Now, if you're smart, you just do it anyways.
You just don't get caught.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. He slipped in and
And by no means are we.
there's a hole in his head.
And by no means are we telling people to go out there and break the law. I just want to put that out there. Just a little legal disclaimer. Don't. We are not responsible for your legal troubles. Don't go and say, "Well, they told me to do it." No, we didn't.
See,
Unfortunately, not everywhere can be like Athens, Tennessee.
You guys imagine listening to stories of Marines who say to their commanding officer, "Oh yeah, listen, so they stepped off a curb and injured themselves." Of course, that was not the case, but that was
Oh,
the
yeah.
they were sticking to it.
It's just like walking into a door jam. Nah, I'm sorry, sir. I just wasn't watching where I was going. I just walked right into that door.
Anyways,
And that's how my hand got cut.
So,
Right, Kando.
I recently made a purchase. I
What'd you
got
buy?
a magazine for my AR.
Nice.
And they're the Lancer mags, and they're see-through, and they even tell you how much ammunition you have left, and it's amazing. They have metal feed lips and everything, so like you're not gonna have as many fucking feed issues.
Nice. I think I got Magpul for my 308, which I can see inside of too. It's got that little window down the middle.
Holes, they should be fine. I've always had issues with the Generation 2s.
Yeah, I got no idea. I don't have the packaging anymore. Long since been thrown away.
Oh, it should say on, and Magpul does a pretty good job labeling the Generation 2 and 3s.
Oh, it. Be right back. I'm gonna go look at one of the mags. I think it's a 2.
Womp womp. They're pretty good for the range, but I stopped finding them reliable. Thankfully, the Lancer mags are a good upgrade, and they only cost about $11 if you don't get the see-through ones. They do take a little bit of extra oomph to get it in there if it's a closed bolt. But other than that, it's a solid fucking magazine that'll actually make a distinct click when it's in there.
Haha, joke's on you. It's a Gen M3.
Nice.
Which actually says on it 762 by 51. And I got 308 in it. No, it'll actually tell me whether I've got 20, 10, or 5 rounds left in it. Nice. Heavy as fuck, though. One of the plus sides of only doing 22 ammo is light. Magpul. Alright, so how's everybody been doing? Haven't seen Aru in a while. What you been up to, motherfucker?
I got a job. I start tomorrow. I moved back home to Minnesota.
Yeah, I'd seen that part. And had known you were going to.
I just went and applied for my GI Bill, so hopefully by next month after the elections, I'll be able to start my bachelor's degree up again.
Good luck.
congratulations, Aru.
You ain't been playing with any fire, have you?
No, I was not allowed to have lighters. Oh, I fixed my Glock.
I thought you already had
It
fixed
works
that.
great now. Well, yeah, but I also had an issue at the range because I put a shitty little Romeo Zero on as a red dot on it. By the way, don't ever get those. I don't even care if you have a SIG. Don't ever get them. They're not worth it. So, I had a mounting plate, and they got it on my Glock 19, and it almost flew off the damn gun, even though I had it fucking on there Loctite. It doesn't matter. So, I got rid of that thing and put the iron sights back on it, and I'm just gonna get some fiber optics and call it a day. Other than that, the chassis I have it in, it works great. It's just very finicky.
Nice. Well, a little bit for my side. I've finally got my 3D printer working, and now it's fucking up again. So it seems like every time I fix it, something else is gonna break. So I'm still having under extrusion problems, but I've got the motherboard replaced, got it updated, which actually didn't need one, so I guess it came out of the warehouse at a decent firmware upgrade. So I got it installed, printed, came out beautiful. Second and third prints looked like complete OSIC. And now it's giving me bed or hot and temperature warnings. Like either one is too low, but it's not telling me which one. So I think after this, I'm going to kind of fuck around with that a little bit, see if I can figure that part out. I still have not been to the range to fire my rifle. I really need to go and fucking do that. But my brother has not been off work, so kind of want to make it a thing and go with him. Might do that today. I think he's still off. What about you, Julia? What's new with you?
Oh, not much, same old, same old. Hey, about Vodio, it looks like your spear's off.
He said he would be in to listen, but he may not be able to talk.
Yeah, I'm on my way to go do a little paint project for the local nursing home, and yeah, I wasn't really gonna be able to participate. I got driving and my hands are
Good to see you,
there
nonetheless.
knows all that.
Oh, I've also started a 4-gallon mead project. About a week and a half in on that now.
What are you using?
What do you mean?
Real quick, how long do you usually let it ferment?
Anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. It depends on how much activity I get out of the yeast.
Are you using actual honey?
Yes. Yeah, it's a honey wine. You have to.
My coworker had to basically get rid of his meat, and instead of getting rid of it, he gave it to me. And he
How was
started
it?
last week.
So he let it ferment for about a week.
Well, it'd be a week today that it's been fermenting.
I mean, it could be done. Taste test is going to be the ultimate decider on whether it's done or not. And it depends on the process he used to ferment it.
Well, good luck on that.
Like if he just did straight up honey, water, and yeast, nothing else.
Oh, he added peaches to it.
Okay, for a little bit of flavor. Might also give the yeast something to eat. So you're gonna get a peach mead. Interesting. Personally, I haven't added any flavoring in just yet. I'm trying to get the fermentation process down first.
Yes, I'm not a peach person, but he wanted me to tell him how well it went, so I have to try it.
I mean, how long has he been home brewing?
This is his first batch.
Gotcha.
That's why he's curious on how well it does.
I don't think I would use somebody else as a taste test for my first batch.
He's going through legal problems, and he's not allowed to have any alcohol in the house. So
Oh,
that's why he had to get rid of it.
gotcha. So I don't know if I wouldn't know if he's racked it yet. Is there a considerable amount of sediment down at the bottom?
I don't know, but I can let you know Monday. It's at the shop.
Oh, you don't have it with you. Gotcha.
Because when that's
Okay.
ready, all of us are going to be drinking it.
What's up, Bob?
on that somebody else's start, okay? I'm always suspicious of somebody else's start. Taking over somebody else's project like that. Always nervous if they cleaned everything well enough. I'm always nervous if they put the right, amount of the ingredients,
Oh, I was there when he did it all.
Okay. So the main thing you're gonna watch for is when it stops, when it starts to stop bubbling, it means that the yeast is not creating the carbon dioxide anymore. And if it's not creating the carbon dioxide, it's because it's not creating the alcohol. So then the actual fermentation process should be just about done at that point.
And that's actually when I racked mine into new bottles and added more raisins for the protein for the yeast to eat off of.
Yeah. And as long as the yeast have something to eat off of, they will keep going until the environment becomes too alcohol rich for them to survive in.
And that's actually when it's going to be up at its highest alcohol content too.
Yeah. It's a windshield washer.
You said, or it's a windshield washer?
No, girl. I got my daughter riding with me.
Oh.
Just spritz the windshield.
Yeah.
To clean it off. And she asked where the water came from.
Gotcha. I was like, wait a minute, I can use mead for windshield washer? I don't think that's going to be very good. It's going to be sticky as hell.
That's the problem. I think it would be sticky.
All that honey in it.
But yeah, when you take over somebody else's brewing project, there's always a matter of not knowing. But if you were there when you did it, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just like I said, keep an eye on its actual bubbling, its fermentation.
What did he cap it with? Did he put the bubbler on it, or has he got balloons on it?
Balloon.
Okay, so that would be when does it stop inflating the balloon? Would be your indication there. Like personally, I haven't done it as much with this batch because I just want to see how big the balloon will get, and it hasn't gotten too big. But every couple of days, I would let the pressure out of the balloon. And if the balloon stops inflating after that, that's your indication. It's like, oh, okay, fermentation's done. I need to change something or go ahead and let it age or drink it.
Yeah, you just gotta be careful about not letting any oxygen get into it. Because that'll make it go bad quick.
Now, if you're actively doing something with it, you should be alright. Like shaking it up after racking it will get that oxygen out pretty quick, I think. Right, Ball?
I will be back in a bit. I have breakfast ready.
Ooh, yeah, I need to go make me something too soon myself. I kind of laid in bed too long and I was like, oh crap, I gotta get up and take the dog out and get a podcast started. I really couldn't sleep in yesterday because I had to be at work at 4 a.m.
I got up early, took the kids to my ex-wife's house, collected a few of my guys, and we put a quarter of wood up in my yard yesterday morning.
Are your temperatures dropping yet?
Is what dropping yet?
We've had some cool mornings. I mean, we haven't gotten below like 45.
Yeah, I think we've gotten about 49 or 50 for myself.
In the afternoon, afternoon, it's right back up in the 70s. But the leaves are changing, so I needed to make sure my fuel supply was good. And several local people have cut open their persimmon seeds and seen spoons.
Okay, that went right over my head.
Okay, so according to an old wives' tale, at the in September, I think, so there's like a specific time of the year you're supposed to do it, but you cut open a persimmon seed, and if it is a spoon, it means lots of snow. If it's a fork, it's supposed to be a mild winter. And if it's a knife, if the seed looks like a knife, it's supposed to be a biting, cold, icy winter.
And so you're saying they're seeing spoons, so we're gonna get more warm?
Snowy winter.
Oh, we can hope.
Spoon is lots of, like a snow shovel or whatever.
Gotcha.
A spoon is supposed to mean a decent amount of snow. Where a knife is like, a ice storm. And the fork is supposed to be the mild, nice winter.
You said the fork is a mild, nice winter?
Where...
Sorry, Julie, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just saying that a couple of days ago, we already had snowflakes up here in the north.
That's why I live way down here.
Yep. We get more ice than anything here.
I am not the biggest fan of winter. It's nice to let my kids get out and play with snow, experience it, but
it's a bitch to drive in. People down here don't know how to drive in snow.
No, they don't.
How far down are you?
Memphis.
Arkansas.
Yeah, I lived for a time in Mississippi. It was strange going year after year with no winter.
I mean, we get winter, just not the snow or the ice.
Well, yeah, winter lasts like one day down there.
Yeah.
I mean, you have spring, summer, autumn, and then spring again.
I'm starting to realize the area that I live in has a mud season. And it might actually be two different mud seasons. One's right before winter and the other one's right after winter. I mean, granted, winter's only about 2 weeks.
Temperature-wise, it'll last a few months, but weather-wise, yeah, it might be a week and a half. Good fun shit. So what else we want to talk about today? What questions does anybody have that we should cover? If I'd known we were going to be losing Odin, I would have tried to come up with some language, but that was kind of a last minute. 20 minutes before the podcast started, I saw his message.
What happened with him?
Child came down with the flu.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not exactly a predictable thing to happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I've got one of my kids, and the rest of them are all in church with my mom. I got one of them that's sick, so she's on the way to her mom's house, so I can go paint.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys know the history? This was done
Yes.
Okay, I'm back.
Cut out.
spirits in the event that They're invaded by the North, but they were never invaded by the North. And so down in the South, there's these spears that people own, but they never used.
Yeah, we only caught about half of what you said. Cut out really bad. Something about spears, and we have them in the South, but we don't use them.
Yeah, that was before the Civil War. You know, the Southerners were told to make themselves spears to defend themselves if they were invaded by the North. Of course, we didn't invade them because everybody was on the battlefield. But there's these Southern families who have these spears lying around that they never used.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. My family is from the West Coast originally. We didn't have anybody on
I don't
the.
know about that. I know there were a lot of people taught to use a rifle earlier than planned in my family tree. I know even the youngest one, I mean, I've heard stories of how even the youngest were taught to shoot early about that time.
When's this?
About Civil
Like
War era.
just pre-Civil War.
Oh,